Alright guys, this is Tacho here, and we have the new Christmas banner for Fire Emblem Heroes has just been teased. The trailer is on Nintendo Mobile's website, or website, I don't even know why I said that, but it's on their YouTube channel, so go ahead and check it out. There's going to be a link to that in the description. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take a look at all these units, and I'm going to talk about their skills and discuss them a little bit and my thoughts on the banner. So we're going to start things off with Lissa. She is an axe unit and she's an armored unit. All the units on this banner are armored units, so they're giving us a lot of love to the armor team now and giving us a whole bunch of extra options to run. So her weapon is Handbell Plus. It's got 14 might and 1 range, and it says here, grants attack, speed, defense, and res up 2 during combat if the foe initiates combat. Okay, so it's kind of like, I guess you could compare it to an Owl Tome as long as you have 1 unit next to you, and you're going to get all stats plus 2 during combat, so it's not a bad weapon, and it could possibly be even better if they let us refine it in the weaponry forgery and add some stats to it and possibly even make it better. So I think this is actually one of the better weapons that they've added on these seasonal units, so this is definitely a pretty good gimmick for them to have. All the weapons share this gimmick, so I'm not going to talk about it again after this, but I will talk about the other weapon names. Okay, so Lissa also has Bonfire as her special attack. Very good special attack, especially for armored units, since they're all probably going to have really high defense. Okay, so she has in the B slot a new skill called Bold Fighter 3. If unit initiates combat, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. Grants special cooldown charge +1 per attack. Oh my god, guys, that is so disgusting right there. That you just obsoleted Brash Assault, man. Like, come on, that's not fair. That is bonkers, guys. You get a guaranteed follow-up attack, and you're also granted special charge up 1. I don't even know how to describe that. That is disgusting, man. There is no way this is going to be available on every unit. I'm sure this is going to be locked to armors only, and that makes sense because armor units are already very slow. So I can see where they're going with this if this is an armored lock skill. But if they're going to let you give this on to your infantry units and your flying units and your mages and pretty much any unit, that's just way too powerful. There's no way they're going to let us do that. So as long as it's armor locked, I have no problems with this skill, but if it's not, then they're making a big mistake because that's just way too power creep. And finally, she has Fortify Armor in the C slot. There's not much to say about that. It's just going to buff your armor team. So overall, Lissa, I would say she is definitely worth summoning because Bold Fighter 3 is going to be desirable on pretty much every single armored unit in the game. Keep in mind, though, that the special charge +1 is not going to stack with other skills. So let's say you had Heavy Blade or what's the other one? Flashing Blade 3 in the A slot. You're not going to be able to stack that effect with Bold Fighter 3, which is all fair game because you would rather run stat buffing skills in the A slot like possibly Death Blow 3 in tandem with Bold Fighter 3, so you get the guaranteed follow-up attack and you're also getting +6 attack. So that's just my thoughts on that. Alright, so overall, Lissa is very good. I would say definitely go ahead and try to summon her for Bold Fighter fodder. Okay, so let's move on to the next unit now. We have Kromm here. He's another green axe, just like his sister. His weapon is Sack of Gifts, so he's kind of like Santa Claus, I guess. It's another 14 might and 1 ranged weapon, and it has the exact same effect as Handbell Plus. So, a pretty good effect for a seasonal unit weapon, and even better if we get to refine it. He's got Pivot as the assist skill, so not bad for an armored unit. He has this skill in the A slot, Brazen Attack and Defense 3. It says here, if unit's HP is equal to or below 80% at the start of combat, gives him attack and defense up 7 during combat. Okay, that's really, really good, guys. That is incredible, man. As long as you're below 80% health, you get attack and defense up 7. And it doesn't say if you initiate or if the foe initiates, so I'm just going to assume that this effect is going to work on both players' turns, which is just insane to think about. You're getting +7 to 2 stats, and that HP restriction is not that bad to get to. Below or equal to 80% is even easier to activate than Vantage or Desperation. So think about that, guys. That's a very powerful A slot passive. And he has Wary Fighter 3 in the B slot, so a pretty common skill on armored units. So overall, I would say Kromm is a pretty cool unit as well. I'm not sure if Brazen Attack and Defense is going to be as desirable as Bold Fighter 3. So Kromm may be not that much of a summonable unit in terms of fodder and stuff like that. Assuming you want him for fodder and you want him for playability, rather than you want him because you really love Kromm and you just want to summon him. And in that case, I would say definitely go for it. I'm digging the Santa outfit that he has. So pretty cool stuff. Okay, moving on to the next unit, we have Robin here. This was one of the units that we had in the leak at the beginning of the game. So he has a Christmas tree lance, basically. It's called Tannin Boom Plus, and it's got 14 might and 1 range, and the same exact passive effect as the other weapons on this banner. He has Reciprocal Aid as his assist skill, so not a bad skill for recovering HP and, I guess, swapping HP with somebody to pull some shenanigans there. In the A slot, he has a counterpart to Kromm's one. This one is Brazen Attack and Speed 3, so if you're at or below 80% HP, you're getting Attack and Speed up 7 during combat. Guys, that is disgusting, man. That's like Death Blow 3 along with Darting Blow 3, and it's activating on your phase and the enemy phase, and it's 1 point higher in both stats, man. Come on, guys. You can't make this up. This is just ridiculously powerful of a skill. And I really, really hope that, along with Bold Fighter 3, Brazen Attack and Speed 3 is going to be locked onto armor units only. I'm not saying that it is. I'm just hoping that it is, because otherwise, that is some serious power creep. And finally, in the C slot, he's got Armor March 3, which is kind of like a slap in the face to anybody that summoned hard for Amelia on the banner that dropped yesterday with the Bound Hero Battle Amelia and Tana. So if you really need Armor March 3, then Robin is going to be a really good summon. And of course, Brazen Attack and Speed 3 is going to be really good fodder depending on whether or not it's locked to armors or not. I'm hoping that it is, but it may not be, guys. So just keep all those things in mind. I would say Robin is definitely worth a summon. I would like to summon Robin a little bit more than Kromm, because I think Brazen Attack and Speed 3 has some more utility. Or maybe it doesn't. Like I said before, guys, it just depends on whether or not these skills are locked onto armors. And if they are, then Brazen Attack and Defense 3 from Kromm is actually a little better, because the armor units want as much defense as possible. But if it's not locked to armor units, then Brazen Attack and Speed 3 is going to be the go-to A-slot passive for a lot of units now. So Robin's really good. And finally, this is the most controversial unit on the banner. We have quote-unquote normal girl Tharja in one of the most ridiculous outfits I've ever seen in this game so far. Yeah, guys, that is normal girl attire, according to Intelligent Systems. So keep that in mind, man. I don't know what they were thinking, but yeah, that is, let's just leave it at that. That is normal girl attire. Every girl dresses like that. Didn't you guys know? Okay, so anyway, her weapon is Candelabra Plus. Candelabra Plus. Oh my god, they're pulling out all the stops here, aren't they? Okay, but anyway, it's a red tome, and she is also an armored unit. So aside from Halloween Henry, we now have a new mage armor in the game, and it's Daria over here. Candelabra Plus has the exact same passive effect as all the other weapons on this banner. She has Iceberg as her special attack, so very good if she's going to have a high res stat. Now, in the A slot, she's coming with close counter right off the bat, so you don't have to worry about pulling a Takumi to sacrifice into her to get close counter. So that's really nice there. They threw her a bone with close counter right off the bat. And in the B slot, she has sort of like a counterpart to Bold Fighter 3 on Lissa. This one is Vengeful Fighter 3, and what it says here is, if unit's HP is above or equal to 50% and foe initiates combat, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack, and it grants special charge +1 during combat. And it does not stack with other skills. So let's say you had Heavy Blade or Flashing Blade, it's not going to stack with those. But that is really damn powerful, guys. That is really good. Just being able to get a guaranteed follow-up attack, and you're also getting special charge +1 when the opponent hits you. That's really good, guys. That's like steady breath levels of good. So I really hope that both this skill and Bullfighter 3 are locked onto armors, because otherwise a lot of builds are just going to be changed right off the bat with these new skills that they've just introduced into the game. And finally, we have Red Tome Valor 3 on this Tharja. This is a skill that a lot of people have been waiting on, so we finally have every single copy of the Tome Valor skills, and we also have every Valor skill for the weapon triangle. So all we really need now is a Breath Valor skill and a Staff Valor skill, and also a Bow Valor skill. So once we get those, we'll be able to complete the circle and have a good way to grind SP on pretty much every single unit in the game. And overall, I would say Daria is probably looking like the unit you're going to want to summon the most. Not because of that normal girl outfit of hers, of course, but because of the fact that she looks really good. She's got close counter right away. Vengeful Fighter 3 is a very good skill, and Red Tome Valor is pretty much a must-have for a seasonal unit. So I would say definitely Tharja is the one to summon on this banner, followed closely by either Lissa or Robin, and Kromm is definitely in there as well. It just depends on whether or not Brazen attack and defense is armor locked or not. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for my thoughts on this banner. It's very good. I'm glad I've been saving up my orbs, because I am going to go ham on this banner and try to get myself some really nice armored units for my armor team. So yeah, as always, guys, this is Tharja signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, cheers, have a great day, and I'll catch you again in the next one.